Hey everyone! Welcome to today's video. We're diving deep into the topic of life goals and how, as we age, our perspectives on what truly matters can change quite a bit. You know, we all have those ambitions that seem so important when we're younger, things like having the best car, a prestigious career, or even being well-liked by everyone. But with time, our priorities shift, and many of the things we once chased can end up feeling like the biggest waste of time. Today, we're going to explore 7 life goals that, as we grow older, often reveal themselves as less fulfilling than we expected. Stick around because you might just find a new perspective that helps you focus on what really matters. And hey, if you're enjoying this journey, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Part 1. Having the best stuff. As we journey through life, it's so common to be driven by the desire to have the best of everything. The latest car, the grandest house, the trendiest clothes, and the most advanced gadgets. Society tells us that these are the symbols of success, proof of our achievements. It's easy to get caught up in thinking that having all the best stuff will make us happy, fulfilled, and respected by others. But as we grow older, we begin to understand that the pursuit of these things often feels hollow. Think about it, we spend years accumulating possessions, only to realize that they don't contribute much to our happiness. A house filled with all the latest gadgets and designer furniture can start to feel more like a burden than a blessing. Instead of enjoying the peace and comfort of our home, we end up spending so much time maintaining, cleaning, and organizing all the stuff we've accumulated. And that's time we could have spent doing things that genuinely bring us joy, like being with loved ones, reflecting in peace, or simply enjoying the beauty of a quiet moment. Take cars, for example. When we're young, that flashy new car symbolizes success. We imagine ourselves driving around, turning heads, feeling like we've made it. But eventually, that car becomes just another vehicle, something to maintain, repair, and insure. The excitement fades, and we might even find ourselves resenting the time and money it takes to keep it running. Clothes are the same way. All those expensive outfits we bought to impress others? They end up sitting in the back of the closet, collecting dust, while we wonder why we even bought them in the first place. As we age, we come to understand that our worth isn't defined by what we own. It's not about the size of our house, the brand of our clothes, or the model of our car. True wealth comes from the experiences we've had and the relationships we've built. The laughter shared with friends, the warmth of holding a loved one's hand, the comfort of sitting quietly with someone who truly understands us, these are the things that fill our hearts. These are the treasures that bring lasting joy, not the price tags on our belongings. When we let go of the need to have the best, we release a weight we've been carrying for years. We find freedom in simplicity. The house that once felt too big becomes the perfect size, just enough for comfort and connection. The car that used to seem inadequate now feels like a reliable companion, a means to create memories rather than a status symbol. The pursuit of the best fades, and in its place, we find contentment in what truly matters, the moments that bring us closer to the essence of who we are. At this stage of life, we understand that what we own doesn't define us. The love we give and receive, the time we spend with those who matter, the connections we nurture, these are the true treasures. We realize that the best things in life aren't things at all. They're the relationships, experiences, and simple pleasures that bring us joy. They're the moments that fill our hearts and make life worth living. The freedom that comes with this realization is profound. Letting go of the need to always have more or better allows us to focus on the things that bring genuine happiness. We start to see our possessions for what they are, tools to enhance our lives, not define them. We begin to prioritize the intangible things that truly enrich our lives: peace, love, joy, and connection. And as we do, we discover that the weight we've carried for so long, the burden of wanting the best, was never necessary in the first place. So, if you've ever felt that pressure to keep up with others, to have the best house, the best car, the best gadgets, take a step back and ask yourself, does it truly bring you happiness? Or is it holding you back from what really matters? When we make room for simplicity, we make room for joy. We make room for the people, experiences, and moments that truly bring our lives meaning. If you're enjoying this reflection, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, leave a comment below. What's one thing you used to think was essential but now realize isn't that important after all? Let's support each other in focusing on what truly matters. Part 2, Chasing Money or Success. Throughout much of our lives, many of us chase after financial success and career achievements. When we're young, it feels like these are the keys to happiness, the ultimate markers of fulfillment. We believe that if we can just make enough money, get that promotion, or reach the top of our field, we'll feel content and accomplished. But as the years go by, our perspective often shifts, and we start to realize that wealth and accolades might not be as meaningful as we once thought. Sure, money has its place. It provides stability, comfort, and the ability to meet our needs. There's nothing wrong with wanting financial security. But when we allow our pursuit of money and career success to take over our lives, it often comes at a significant cost. We sacrifice our time, our relationships, and sometimes even our health for the sake of that next raise, that bigger house, or that fancier car. We push ourselves to the brink, believing that once we reach our goals, we'll finally be able to relax and be happy. But as we grow older, we begin to understand that the relentless pursuit of wealth is a game that never truly ends. No matter how much money we accumulate, there's always more to be had. There will always be someone with a bigger house, a nicer car, or a more impressive job title. And if we measure our worth based on these comparisons, we find ourselves stuck in a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. The finish line keeps moving further away, and we never get to experience the peace we've been chasing. When we reflect on what truly brings us happiness, it's often not the things we thought would matter most. It's not the money in our bank account or the awards on our shelves. Instead, it's the moments spent with loved ones, the laughter shared around the dinner table, the quiet evenings when we feel fully present with those who matter to us. These moments can't be bought, and they can't be measured by a job title or a paycheck. They are priceless. One of the biggest lessons we learn with age is that true success isn't about reaching a certain status or accumulating wealth. True success is about creating a life where we feel content, fulfilled, and at peace. It's about living in alignment with our values and nurturing the relationships that bring us joy. It's about finding satisfaction in the simple things, the warmth of a loved one's embrace, the beauty of a sunset, the comfort of a familiar routine. Financial security is important, but there's a point where chasing after more begins to detract from our quality of life. We realize that we don't need to be the richest person in the room to be happy. We don't need to have the most impressive career to feel fulfilled. Instead, we start to ask ourselves, how much is enough? How much money do we really need to live comfortably and support the things that truly matter to us? When we find the answer to that question, we also find a sense of peace. The pressure to achieve and to accumulate can be overwhelming, especially when we're younger. We might feel like we need to prove ourselves, to show the world that we're capable, successful, and worthy. But as we age, we come to realize that our worth isn't defined by our net worth or our career accomplishments. Our worth is defined by the love we give, the kindness we show, and the impact we have on the people around us. When we let go of the need to constantly achieve, we make room for a different kind of fulfillment, one that's rooted in connection, contentment, and presence. We begin to focus on what truly matters to us. We prioritize spending time with the people we love, taking care of our health, and engaging in activities that bring us joy. We find fulfillment not in chasing after more but in appreciating what we already have. It's also important to remember that success looks different for everyone. For some, it might mean climbing the corporate ladder, while for others, it might mean having the freedom to spend time with family, pursue hobbies, or travel. There's no one right way to define success, and part of growing older is learning to embrace our own unique path. We learn to let go of society's expectations and focus on what feels right for us. For many, the realization that wealth and career success are not the ultimate keys to happiness comes as a relief. It means that we can stop striving for something that was never going to fulfill us in the first place. We can redirect our energy toward the things that truly bring us joy and meaning. we can focus on building a life that feels rich in experiences, relationships, and love, rather than one that's simply rich in material wealth. This shift in perspective allows us to live with greater peace and intention. We stop comparing ourselves to others and start measuring our success by our own standards. We begin to see that true wealth is not about having the most, but about needing the least. It's about being grateful for what we have and recognizing that we are already enough, just as we are. As we grow older, we also start to recognize the importance of balance. There's nothing wrong with working hard and striving for success, but it's crucial to find a balance that allows us to enjoy life along the way. We learn that it's okay to take a step back, to rest, and to prioritize our well-being over productivity. We learn that it's okay to say no to opportunities that don't align with our values or that would take us away from the things that matter most. Ultimately, the pursuit of money and success can be a meaningful part of our lives, but it shouldn't be the only part. It shouldn't come at the expense of our happiness, our health, or our relationships. As we age, we come to understand that the greatest success is living a life that feels true to who we are, a life that's filled with love, joy, and peace. We also begin to appreciate the value of time in a way that we might not have when we were younger. Time is our most precious resource, and once it's gone, we can't get it back. The hours we spend working late at the office, chasing after that next promotion, or stressing about our finances are hours that we could have spent with the people we love. When we understand this, we start to make different choices that prioritize what truly matters. We begin to see that the real measure of success is not how much we've accumulated or achieved, but how much we've loved, how much we've given, and how much we've truly lived. It's about the moments we've shared with others, the joy we've brought to those around us, and the legacy of kindness and compassion that we leave behind. So, if you've been feeling the pressure to chase after more money, more success, more recognition, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself what truly matters to you. What brings you joy? What makes you feel fulfilled? And how can you create a life that's rich in the things that matter most? If this reflection resonates with you, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And in the comments below, let us know, what does success mean to you? How have your views on money and success changed as you've grown older? Let's continue to support each other on this journey toward a life that's truly fulfilling. Part 3, the pursuit of fame. When we're young, the idea of fame can be incredibly alluring. We see celebrities and influencers living seemingly glamorous lives, and we imagine how amazing it would be to be recognized, admired, and celebrated by people all over the world. Fame seems like the ultimate validation, proof that we matter, that we've achieved something significant, that we're special. But as we grow older, we often come to realize that fame is not all it's cracked up to be. The pursuit of fame is often fueled by a desire to be seen and validated by others. We want to feel important, to be noticed, to stand out from the crowd. But the reality is that fame is fleeting, and the attention that comes with it can be shallow and unsatisfying. Being famous might bring moments of pride, but it rarely brings the deep sense of fulfillment that we crave. Instead, it often leaves people feeling empty, isolated, and disconnected from what truly matters. As we age, we begin to understand that the admiration of strangers is not the same as genuine connection. Fame might make us feel special for a moment, but it doesn't fulfill our deeper needs for love, understanding, and acceptance. The people who truly matter in our lives, our family, our friends, our loved ones, are the ones who see us for who we really are. They love us not because of our achievements or our public image, but because of our hearts, our character, and our presence. Fame often comes with a cost that we might not fully understand until we're in the thick of it. It can take away our privacy, our peace of mind, and our ability to live authentically. The pressure to maintain a certain image, to always be on, to meet the expectations of an audience that may not even know us personally, it can be exhausting. And when the spotlight fades, as it inevitably does, we're left with the question, who are we without the applause? What truly matters when no one is watching? One of the biggest lessons we learn with age is that being known by many is not nearly as important as being known deeply by a few. The connections that bring us the most joy are the ones that are built on authenticity, trust, and love. The people who truly know us, who see us in our moments of strength and vulnerability, who understand our quirks and flaws, and who love us anyway, these are the relationships that bring lasting fulfillment. Fame, on the other hand, often feels transactional, conditional, and temporary. There's also the realization that fame is not within everyone's control. No matter how talented, hardworking, or deserving we are, becoming famous often depends on luck, timing, and circumstances beyond our control. Chasing after fame can feel like chasing after a mirage, something that always seems just out of reach. And even for those who do achieve it, the reality often falls short of the dream. The glittering image of fame hides the challenges, sacrifices, and struggles that come with it. As we grow older, we start to value the things that bring true, lasting joy, things like meaningful relationships, a sense of purpose, and the ability to be ourselves without the pressure to impress others. We begin to see that the pursuit of fame can be a distraction from what really matters. It can pull us away from the people we love, the passions that bring us joy, and the quiet moments that give life its richness and beauty. Instead of seeking the approval of the masses, we learn to seek the approval of our own hearts. We learn to value the opinions of those who truly know us, who care about us, and who want the best for us. We learn to find fulfillment in the simple, everyday moments that bring us closer to the people we love. The quiet dinner with family, the laughter shared with friends, the time spent doing something we love, these moments might not be glamorous or noteworthy, but they are the ones that fill our hearts with joy and meaning. There's also a profound freedom that comes with letting go of the need to be famous. When we stop worrying about how others perceive us, we can start living authentically. We can be ourselves without fear of judgment or criticism. We can focus on what makes us happy, what brings us joy, and what helps us grow. We can build a life that feels true to who we are, rather than one that is designed to impress others. We also come to understand that the desire for fame often comes from a deeper need for connection and significance, a need that can be met in far more meaningful ways. We all want to feel like our lives matter, like we've made a difference, like we're valued and appreciated. But true significance doesn't come from being recognized by strangers, it comes from the impact we have on the people around us. It comes from the love we give, the kindness we show, and the difference we make in the lives of those we care about. When we focus on making a positive impact in our own small corner of the world, we find a sense of fulfillment that fame could never provide. We realize that we don't need a large audience to make a difference. We don't need to be celebrated by strangers to feel valued. The love and appreciation of the people who know us best is more than enough. And the difference we make in their lives, whether it's through a kind word, a helping hand, or simply being there when they need us, is what truly matters. In letting go of the pursuit of fame, we also let go of the fear of being forgotten. We come to understand that our legacy is not about how many people know our name, but about the love and kindness we leave behind. It's about the memories we create with the people who matter to us, the lessons we pass on, and the joy we bring to those around us. This kind of legacy is far more meaningful and lasting than any amount of fame could ever be. So, if you've ever found yourself dreaming of fame, take a moment to reflect on what you're truly seeking. Is it connection? Validation? A sense of significance? And how can you find those things in a way that brings true, lasting fulfillment? Instead of chasing after the spotlight, focus on the people and moments that bring your life meaning. Focus on being present, being kind, and being true to yourself. If this reflection resonates with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And in the comments below, let us know, what do you think about the pursuit of fame? Have your views on it changed as you've grown older? Let's keep the conversation going and support each other in focusing on what truly matters. Part 4. Trying to be liked by everyone. Throughout much of our lives, many of us spend a great deal of time and energy trying to be liked by others. We adapt our behavior to fit in, we avoid difficult conversations, and we strive to be agreeable, all in the hopes of being accepted by those around us. It's a natural instinct, we all want to feel like we belong, that we're appreciated, that we're part of a community. But as we grow older, we often come to realize that the constant pursuit of being liked by everyone comes at a significant cost. The truth is, not everyone is going to like us, and that's okay. It can be hard to accept, especially when we're younger and feel like our worth is tied to the opinions of others. But the reality is that trying to please everyone often means that we end up losing touch with who we truly are. We become so focused on fitting in and avoiding conflict that we start to compromise our values, our beliefs, and our own sense of self. We mold ourselves to meet the expectations of others, and in doing so, we lose sight of what makes us unique. As we age, we begin to understand the importance of authenticity. We realize that it's far more valuable to be true to ourselves than to be liked by everyone. We learn that genuine relationships are built on honesty, trust, and mutual respect, not on the superficial approval that comes from trying to be all things to all people. The people who truly matter in our lives are the ones who accept us for who we are, flaws and all. They're the ones who see us in our moments of vulnerability, who understand our quirks, and who love us anyway. The pursuit of being liked by everyone can be exhausting. It requires us to constantly monitor our behavior, to second-guess our words, and to put others' needs ahead of our own. We end up saying yes when we want to say no, agreeing when we actually disagree, and pretending to be someone we're not just to avoid conflict or disapproval. But as we grow older, we start to see the value in setting boundaries, in speaking our truth, and in being unapologetically ourselves. We realize that it's better to have a few deep, meaningful connections than to be superficially liked by everyone. There's also a sense of freedom that comes with letting go of the need to be liked by everyone. When we stop worrying about what others think, we can start living in a way that feels authentic and true to who we are. We can pursue the things that bring us joy, speak our minds without fear of judgment, and surround ourselves with people who genuinely care about us. We no longer have to waste our energy trying to win the approval of people who may never truly understand or appreciate us. It's important to remember that not everyone will share our values, our beliefs, or our way of seeing the world, and that's okay. We don't need to change ourselves to fit into someone else's mold. We don't need to shrink ourselves to make others comfortable. The people who truly matter will accept us as we are, and the people who don't accept us were never meant to be a part of our journey. As we grow older, we learn to embrace this truth and to let go of the need for universal approval. We also come to understand that being authentic doesn't mean being rude or dismissive of others' feelings. It's not about disregarding others or refusing to compromise. Instead, it's about finding a balance between staying true to ourselves and showing respect and kindness to others. It's about being honest, even when it's difficult, and standing by our values, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about building relationships based on mutual respect, rather than on the fear of disapproval. As we let go of the need to be liked by everyone, we also start to see the value in surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up, who encourage us, and who bring out the best in us. We realize that the quality of our relationships is far more important than the quantity. It's better to have a small circle of friends who truly understand and support us than to have a large group of acquaintances who only know the version of us that we've carefully curated to be likable. True connection comes from being vulnerable, from being real, and from allowing ourselves to be seen as we truly are. There's also a profound sense of peace that comes from accepting that we can't please everyone. We no longer feel the need to overextend ourselves, to say yes when we mean no, or to pretend to be someone we're not. We can prioritize our own well-being, set healthy boundaries, and focus on the relationships that truly matter. We learn that it's okay to disappoint others sometimes, especially if it means staying true to ourselves. We learn that our worth isn't determined by how many people like us, but by how authentically we live our lives. Letting go of the need to be liked by everyone also allows us to embrace our imperfections. We no longer feel the pressure to present a perfect version of ourselves to the world. We can be honest about our flaws, our struggles, and our mistakes. And in doing so, we invite others to do the same. We create space for deeper, more meaningful connections, connections that are built on authenticity, vulnerability, and mutual understanding. We learn that it's okay to be imperfect, and that true acceptance comes from being seen and loved for who we really are. In the end, the pursuit of being liked by everyone is a losing battle. No matter how hard we try, there will always be people who don't understand us, who don't agree with us, or who simply don't like us. And that's perfectly okay. Our worth isn't determined by the opinions of others. It's determined by how we live our lives, by the love we give, and by the impact we have on the people who truly matter to us. When we let go of the need to be liked by everyone, we find the freedom to live authentically, to be true to ourselves, and to build a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. So, if you've ever found yourself trying to please everyone, take a step back and ask yourself, who are you really trying to impress? What would your life look like if you let go of the need for universal approval? How would it feel to live in a way that's true to who you are, rather than in a way that's designed to make others comfortable? When we let go of the need to be liked by everyone, we make room for the things that truly matter: authenticity, connection, and a deep sense of peace. If this reflection resonates with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And in the comments below, let us know, have you ever struggled with trying to be liked by everyone? How has your perspective on this changed as you've grown older? Let's continue to support each other in focusing on what truly matters and living authentically. Part 5. Seeing the entire world. In our younger years, many of us dream of seeing the entire world. We envision ourselves exploring new places, experiencing different cultures, and visiting iconic landmarks. Travel often feels like the ultimate adventure, a way to broaden our horizons, collect memories, and live life to the fullest. There's a powerful allure to the idea of packing up and jetting off to far-flung destinations, ticking items off our bucket list one by one. But as we grow older, we often come to realize that the desire to see every corner of the globe may not be as fulfilling as we once imagined. The truth is, travel can be a wonderful experience. It allows us to learn, to grow, and to appreciate the beauty of our world. But when we make it a goal to see the entire world, we can lose sight of the simple joys of being present where we are. The constant pursuit of the next destination can make us feel like we're always chasing something, never truly satisfied with what we have in the moment. We might find ourselves more focused on capturing the perfect photo or checking off another country on our list than on genuinely experiencing the places we visit. As we grow older, we begin to appreciate the value of depth over breadth. Instead of trying to see everything, we start to find joy in truly experiencing the places and moments that matter most to us. It's no longer about the number of stamps in our passport or the number of countries we've visited. It's about the quality of the experiences we have, the connections we make, and the memories we create along the way. We learn that fulfillment doesn't come from how much we've seen, but from how deeply we've experienced the moments we've been given. There's also something to be said for finding beauty in the familiar. When we're constantly on the move, we can miss out on the simple joys of everyday life. We might overlook the beauty of a sunset in our own backyard, the warmth of a gathering with loved ones, or the peace that comes from spending time in a place that feels like home. As we grow older, we come to understand that adventure isn't always about going somewhere new. Sometimes, it's about seeing the familiar with fresh eyes, about finding wonder in the ordinary. Travel can also be exhausting. The logistics of planning, the stress of navigating unfamiliar places, the constant packing and unpacking, it can all take a toll, especially as we age. What once felt like an exciting challenge can start to feel like a burden. We begin to crave the comfort of routine, the stability of home, and the joy of being surrounded by the people who know us best. We realize that we don't need to travel far and wide to find fulfillment. Often, the most meaningful moments happen close to home, in the company of those we love. Another important realization that comes with age is that the desire to see the entire world is often driven by a sense of FOMO, the fear of missing out. We see others traveling, posting photos of exotic locations, and we feel like we need to do the same in order to live a full life. But as we grow older, we come to understand that we don't need to see everything to be happy. We don't need to visit every famous landmark or experience every culture to feel fulfilled. True happiness comes from within, from the connections we build, the love we share, and the peace we find in our own hearts. There's also a growing awareness of the impact that travel has on the environment. As we become more conscious of our carbon footprint, we start to question whether the pursuit of seeing the entire world is worth the cost. We begin to prioritize more sustainable ways of experiencing the world, choosing to travel less frequently but more meaningfully, supporting local communities, and finding ways to minimize our impact on the planet. We come to understand that being a responsible traveler means being mindful of how our actions affect the places we visit and the people who live there. The shift in perspective that comes with age allows us to find fulfillment in the simple, everyday moments that we might have overlooked when we were younger. We start to see that adventure doesn't always require a plane ticket or a passport. It can be found in a walk through a local park, in a conversation with a neighbor, or in a quiet moment of reflection. We learn to appreciate the beauty that's right in front of us, rather than always seeking something new and different. We also come to realize that the most important journeys are often the ones we take within ourselves. Travel can be a wonderful way to learn and grow, but the journey of self-discovery is one that we can embark on no matter where we are. It's about understanding who we are, what matters to us, and how we want to live our lives. It's about finding peace, contentment, and purpose in the present moment, rather than always looking for fulfillment somewhere else. As we grow older, we also start to value the connections we make along the way. Travel can be a great way to meet new people and experience different cultures, but the relationships that bring us the most joy are often the ones that are built over time, through shared experiences and moments of vulnerability. We begin to prioritize spending time with the people who matter most to us, our family, our friends, our loved ones. We learn that the most meaningful experiences are the ones that bring us closer to the people we care about, whether we're exploring a new place together or simply enjoying each other's company at home. There's also a sense of contentment that comes from letting go of the need to see it all. When we stop trying to chase after every experience, we can start to fully appreciate the ones we do have. We can be present in the moment, without feeling the need to capture it for social media or compare it to someone else's adventure. We can find joy in the simple pleasures of life, a beautiful view, a delicious meal, a heartfelt conversation, and let go of the pressure to always be doing something extraordinary. In the end, the desire to see the entire world is a beautiful dream, but it's not the only path to a fulfilling life. As we grow older, we come to understand that true fulfillment comes not from the number of places we've visited but from the depth of the experiences we've had. It comes from the love we share, the connections we build, and the moments of peace and contentment that we find along the way. We learn that it's not about how far we've traveled, but about how deeply we've lived. So, if you've ever felt the pressure to see the entire world, take a moment to reflect on what truly brings you joy. Is it the thrill of a new destination, or is it the warmth of being with the people you love? Is it the excitement of exploring new places, or is it the peace of being present in the moment? When we let go of the need to see it all, we make room for the things that truly matter: connection, presence, and a deep sense of contentment. If this reflection resonates with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And in the comments below, let us know, how has your perspective on travel changed as you've grown older? What brings you the most fulfillment, seeing new places or finding joy in the familiar? Let's continue to support each other in focusing on what truly matters and finding joy in the present moment. Part 6, The Need to Be Right and the Pursuit of Perfection. In our younger years, many of us have a deep desire to be right. We want to make the right choices, say the right things, and prove to others that we know what we're talking about. We often equate being right with being successful, competent, and respected. It feels like being right is a way to establish our value, to show the world that we have it all figured out. But as we grow older, we come to understand that the need to be right all the time can actually hold us back from experiencing true peace and fulfillment. The pursuit of always being right often creates tension in our relationships. We find ourselves getting into arguments, feeling defensive, and trying to prove our point, even when it may not matter all that much. We become so focused on winning the debate that we lose sight of the bigger picture, the importance of our relationships, and the value of understanding another person's perspective. Over time, we start to see that being right isn't nearly as important as being kind, being compassionate, and being open to learning. As we grow older, we begin to let go of the need to always be right. we realize that true wisdom comes not from knowing all the answers but from being willing to listen, to learn, and to grow. We start to value the perspectives of others, even when they differ from our own. We learn that it's okay to admit when we're wrong, and that doing so doesn't diminish our worth. In fact, it often strengthens our relationships and helps us grow as individuals. We come to understand that it's more important to be at peace than to be right. The need to be right often goes hand in hand with the pursuit of perfection. Many of us spend years striving for perfection, trying to be the perfect partner, the perfect parent, the perfect employee. We hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, believing that if we can just get everything right, we'll finally feel worthy, accepted, and successful. But as we age, we come to see that perfection is an illusion, a goal that can never truly be achieved. The pursuit of perfection only leads to stress, anxiety, and a constant feeling of never being good enough. Letting go of the pursuit of perfection is one of the most liberating realizations that comes with age. We start to see that life is messy, unpredictable, and beautifully imperfect. We learn to embrace our flaws, our mistakes, and our humanity. We begin to understand that it's our imperfections that make us relatable, that allow us to connect with others on a deeper level. When we let go of the need to be perfect, we make room for authenticity, vulnerability, and true connection. The pursuit of perfection also keeps us from fully enjoying our lives. We're so focused on getting everything just right that we miss out on the joy of the present moment. We become so concerned with how things should be that we forget to appreciate how they are. As we grow older, we learn to let go of the shoulds and to embrace life as it is, imperfect, unpredictable, and full of beauty. We start to find joy in the small moments, in the laughter, in the love, in the simple pleasures that make life worth living. Letting go of the need to be right and the pursuit of perfection also allows us to be more compassionate, both toward ourselves and toward others. We learn to forgive ourselves for our mistakes, to accept our flaws, and to be gentle with ourselves when things don't go as planned. We also learn to extend that same compassion to others. We understand that everyone is doing their best, that we all have our struggles, and that none of us are perfect. This compassion brings a sense of peace and connection that we could never find in the pursuit of perfection. Another important realization that comes with age is that the pursuit of perfection often keeps us from taking risks. We're so afraid of making mistakes, of failing, of not measuring up, that we hold ourselves back from trying new things, from pursuing our dreams, from putting ourselves out there. But as we grow older, we begin to see that mistakes are a natural part of life, that failure is a stepping stone to growth, and that the only true failure is not trying at all. We learn to take risks, to step outside of our comfort zones, and to embrace the possibility of failure as a part of the journey. We also come to understand that the people who truly matter in our lives don't love us because we're perfect, they love us because we're real. They love us because of our quirks, our vulnerabilities, our authenticity. They love us not in spite of our flaws, but because of them. When we let go of the need to be perfect, we allow ourselves to be truly seen, and we invite others to do the same. We create deeper, more meaningful connections, built on a foundation of honesty, acceptance, and love. In the end, the need to be right and the pursuit of perfection are both rooted in fear, the fear of not being good enough, of not being worthy, of not being loved. But as we grow older, we begin to see that we are already enough, just as we are. We learn that our worth is not determined by how often we're right or how perfect we appear, but by how much love we give, how much kindness we show, and how authentically we live. We find peace in knowing that we don't have to have all the answers, that we don't have to be perfect, that we are worthy just as we are. Letting go of the need to be right and the pursuit of perfection allows us to live with greater peace, joy, and contentment. We stop worrying about what others think, about measuring up, about always getting it right. We start to focus on what truly matters, our relationships, our experiences, our moments of joy and connection. We learn to live in the present, to appreciate the beauty of each moment, and to find fulfillment in the simple, imperfect, and wonderful reality of life. So, if you've ever found yourself caught up in the need to be right or the pursuit of perfection, take a step back and ask yourself, what are you truly seeking? Is it validation? Acceptance? A sense of worthiness? And how can you find those things in a way that brings true, lasting fulfillment? Instead of striving for perfection, strive for authenticity. Instead of trying to always be right, strive to be kind, to be open, to be compassionate. If this reflection resonates with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And in the comments below, let us know, have you struggled with the need to be right or the pursuit of perfection? How has your perspective on these things changed as you've grown older? Let's continue to support each other in focusing on what truly matters and embracing the beauty of imperfection. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to living life on our own terms, with authenticity, compassion, and a deep sense of peace. Remember, the most important thing is not to be perfect, but to be present, to be kind, and to be true to yourself. Let's continue this journey together, letting go of what no longer serves us and embracing the things that bring us true joy and fulfillment.